This fried cauliflower rice is absolutely scrumptious and it's a perfect low carb alternative to regular fried rice. Let's get started. You are going to start by making the cauliflower rice. I am using purple cauliflower and I cut the stalks off. I am placing my cauliflower in a food processor, and this is going to break the cauliflower down into the rice texture. Now, you can purchase your own cauliflower rice if you want, but I prefer to make my own because you get so much more out of a whole head of cauliflower. You're going to put this in a food processor and you're just going to pulse it a couple of times until you get the texture that you like, or you can use a knife. It's up to you. The food processor is a lot faster though, and it turns out perfectly. You are going to continue to do this until you chop the whole head of cauliflower. Now let's get started on our protein. I am using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. These are fattier than the chicken breast, but you know where fat is, there's flavor. I'm going to chop these down into bite-sized pieces, and then once everything is chopped, I'm going to take my knife and run through this one more time because I want the pieces even smaller. I don't want really big chunks of chicken because the cauliflower rice is going to be small. I'm just going to take my knife and just chop down. And then once everything is small enough, I'm going to season with some salt. We're going to season with black pepper. You know, we're going to use some garlic powder, and we're also going to use some onion powder. We're going to mix that all in, and it's time to fry this up. To a hot wok, I am adding a couple tablespoons of a high temperature oil. I am using avocado oil. As you see, the wok is smoking hot. It's time to add my chicken, and I am going to saute this until the chicken is completely done. That means there's no pink in the center. You have to make sure that the chicken is completely cooked. Once the chicken is completely cooked, we're going to move that to the side and I'm going to crack not one, not two, but I'm going to crack 3 eggs on the side. This meal has just got expensive. And you're going to scramble these eggs on the side. I feel it's easier to scramble them on the side and not combine with the chicken. This way you make sure that all of the eggs are cooked. Once the eggs are fully cooked and nice and scrambled, of course, we have to season it. We're going to season every element of this dish. I'm going to season this with some salt and some pepper, and that's it. We're going to mix in that seasoning. And then once everything is combined, we are going to remove the chicken and the eggs. I like to place mine on a plate and keep it on the stove close to the dish. And that way it stays nice and warm. Now it's time to fry our vegetables. I am starting with the onion, and I am going to saute this onion until it becomes nice and tender and translucent. After it's nice and tender, it's time to add some more flavor. We're going to add some garlic and a tablespoon of ginger. You're going to mix that all together. You should be smelling these aromas. It should be smelling really delicious right about now. After everything is nice and combined, it's time to add that cauliflower. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful that is. Now, you might have to adjust the temperature of your stove because we added a new element and you want to keep the temperature really high. After it's been sauteing for a while, of course, we're going to season this. We're going to season this with some salt and some black pepper. We want to make sure this dish is very flavorful. Be sure to keep the temperature at a high amount because we want this to continue to fry. So if you have to adjust your temperature, go ahead and do that. Now it's time to add some shredded carrots. Yes, I shred my own. You can buy them if you like to. and we're going to add some green peas. Look how beautiful that is. We're also going to add some sesame oil and some soy sauce, and we're going to continue to stir fry this until all those flavors mesh together. I hope that yours is looking as beautiful as this is. Look at all those beautiful colors. It's really important to eat the rainbow. This is absolutely gorgeous. Now it's time to add our protein to the mix. Right now we are constantly building flavors. We're going to saute this at a high temperature until everything is combined. We're almost done. We just have to add one ingredient, and these are bean sprouts. This is going to add a really nice texture to the dish, and we're going to tie it all together with a couple of tablespoons of butter. We're going to let that stir fry for a couple of more minutes until everything is fully combined. And check this out. You have some delicious cauliflower fried rice. Regular fried rice could never look this beautiful. Now it's time to plate this up. My favorite part. Look how beautiful that is. Yeah, this wok is pretty heavy. I'm holding it with one hand, but I am going to spoon a couple of spoonfuls right into my bowl. This is vegetables and protein. I can get as much as I want. The only thing left to do is to garnish it with some green onion. I like a lot of green onion on top of mine. And there you go. Beautiful cauliflower fried rice. Bon appetit. Let's eat.